Welcome to the all viewers and well-wisher of the word. The purpose of my lecture is learn the knowledge from the word and return the knowledge to the word. The motto of my life is learn, earn and return. I have learned a lot, earned a lot, and now this is the time to return a lot to the word from where I have got all this knowledge. The topic of today's lecture is Introduction to Microbiology. Microbiology is the branch of pathology, and pathology is science of study of diseases or abnormal function of the body. It is opposite to the physiology, which deals with the normal function of the body. Normal body temperature and the heartbeat normally are the part of the science which deals with physiology, but when this temperature becomes abnormal or the heartbeat become abnormal, so it becomes the pathology or the science of study of disease. Now there are different branches of the pathology. These are histopathology, hematology, chemical pathology, microbiology and immunology. And histopathology, which deals with the tissue biopsy, FNA cytology, when we aspirate from the different lesions and the tumors of the body, the material by the needle, which is called fine needle aspiration, and we take out the fluid and study that fluid, which is the fluid cytology. Then immunohistochemistry and the markers of the different body, which tells that the body have got certain tumors which can be detected by the different markers. Hematology is the branch which deals with the blood complete, hemoglobin, TLC, DLC, ESR and platelet of the blood, and also tells the morphology of the different cells like RBCs, WBCs, platelets, abnormal cells of the three cell lines which are RBC, WBC and platelets. Bone marrow biopsy and aspiration, material taken from the bone marrow and studied. Then hemoparasite, the parasite found in the blood, coagulation studies, flow cytometry and electrophoresis. These are all covered under the heading of hematology. Then comes the chemical pathology, which tells about the lipid profile, renal profile, liver profile, electrolytes, minerals of the body, the gases in the blood, and the hormones which are found in the blood. Microbiology and immunology, which is the main subject of today's lecture, is the microbiology is study of the microorganism, and immunology is the study of the immune complexes. The immune complexes are basically the antigen and antibody plus cells plus the mediator released by these cells and the enzymes which take part in all these complexes formation. So that is covered under immunology. Now, if you do look this photograph, I bet you will be not able to judge. Did you notice that the girl is sitting and the boy is hugging her neck? Now, if you look again, it is actually the reverse or other way, which side of your brain is being used, so you can judge that what is that, whether the girl is sitting or the boy is sitting. Now, what is microbiology? It is the combination of three parts of the words microbiology. Study of the microorganism, the micro. These are basically less than 1 millimeter in diameter, and these are mostly seen with microscope, as the name is microorganism. Some can be seen without microscope. These are the worms which can be seen with the naked eye. Sometimes these are called germs or the bugs, which is a vague term and layman term. Scientifically, it is not true. Now, microorganisms or the microbes, these include the bacteria, fungi, viruses, protozoan, prime particles, which are very small particles, and these are never considered as microbes. Just these are capable of starting the infection. So these are called infectious proteins. And microbes, these are usually unicellular. So these are single cell, can be multicellular, cell colony of the different germs is the multicellular, or acellular, which are lacking the cell, like the prime particles. So these all are covered under microbes. As one can see, the bacteria, the fungi, the viruses, and the protozoa, these are all included under the heading of microbe or microorganisms. Microbiology have different branches and that can be studied differently. These are the animal microbiology, food and dairy microbiology, agricultural microbiology, plant microbiology, public health microbiology, industrial microbiology, environmental microbiology. But here we are going to discuss the medical microbiology, including the immunology. Microbiologists rely on the culture, staining, microscopy, and on the molecular biology for the identification of the different microbes. And medical microbiology experts are which deal with bacteriology. They are bacteriologists, virology, which deal with the virologist, which deal with the virology, mycologist, which deal with the mycology or the fungal studies, then protozoologist, that is the study of the parasite. So the parasitology study is done by the protozoologist. There are two types of the organisms, microorganisms. One are prokaryotes and the other are eukaryotes. As the name is eukaryote, it means with nucleus. So these are the cells, microbes, which have the nucleus. These cells contain true nucleus, which is of about 5 micron meter in size. They have the nuclear membrane and they have the strands of DNA. They also have the membrane-bound organelle like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, ER, as one can see in the human cells and the animal cells. They have got sexual and asexual reproduction, and they do have the ribosomes, which are of 80S strength. Fungi, plants, animal, protozoa, and these are included in eukaryotes because they contain the nucleus. And for the common example, one can have the example of the fruits like mangoes and apricots. As you can see, they have got the seed, the mango and the apricot. These seeds one can consider like the nucleus of the cells, so these are called eukaryote. Now the other is prokaryote, means without the nucleus. They do not have the definite nucleus and also the no nuclear membrane. They are about 1 to 3 micron meter in size, no membrane bound organelle as it is in the eukaryote. Say they do not have the mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and endoplasmic reticulum. Their growth is asexual way, and they do have the ribosomes, which are of 70S strength. They include the bacteria, and the common example in fruits is like bananas and grapes. As one can see, they do not have the true nucleus or the seed as it was seen in the apricot and in the mango. So they do have the nuclear material inside. the center of these fruits, but not like that, the true seeds as one can see in case of banana and apricot. Now, there are certain basic terminology which is being used in microbiology. So that is, the pathogen is an organism which is capable of producing disease in a host. Now, the pathogenicity, it is the potential or the power of a bacterium to cause disease. Virulence, it is the degree of the pathogenicity via invasiveness or the toxin production, or one can see as in case of the poisonous snake, the venom of the snake, that is the virulence of the snake. Germ, a rapidly growing cell, is called germ. Infection, when the body is attacked by the pathogen, microorganism, microbes like bacteria or the virus, so that is the infection. Infestation, when the body is attacked by the pathogenic worm via the mouth, like the roundworm, pinworm, so that is called infestation. These do get entered into the body via the digestive tract, so these are called infestation, way of attacking the body. Now the basic terminology also include etiology. Etiology means cause of the disease. Often it is microbial, it can be viral also. Disease is the altered state of the health. Now, infection sources are exogenous. When the pathogen comes from the outer environment and attacks the host cells, so this is called exogenous. Endogenous, when infection is caused by the body's own commensal flora, that means the bacteria or the microbes are already found in the body and they get opportunity to attack the body. So these are called endogenous. Now, reservoir, when the pathogen is living in animal, in environment, or even in the soil, from there they get entry into the human body, and that area where these are found is called reservoir. The vector that spread the pathogen from host to the another host, that is like the pathogens can be sent from one place to other via these vectors. So the arthropods, these are the flies, the mosquito, ticks, and these are also the inanimate, the toys, dirty hands, and the needles. These are all the vectors which can carry the infection from one place to other and can cause the problem to the from one host to the other. Now one can see the vector as one can see the fly. The germs can just stick to the legs of the fly, and wherever it do sit, it can transmit the germs or the bacteria to that part, especially the food but that is being contaminated. Similarly, the syringes which are contaminated by the diseased person blood can also, if being reused, can transmit the infection of that person where it was injected to the another person who is the new host, and so these are the vectors capable of causing the infection. So one can see the mustaches of this man. This is unique in the sense that he is very proud of having this mustache, and it is rarely seen. In microbiology, we do study the microbial morphology, microbial cytology, microbial physiology, microbial ecology, microbial genetics, and molecular biology, microbial taxonomy. It means that morphology tells the shape of the bacteria, and the other parameters of the bacteria like physiology, ecology, genetics of the microbes is being studied under the different headings which are just here. Now to the modes of living of the microbes is the micro living and macro living, or one can say the micro versus macroorganisms. Micro, which can be seen only with a microscope, macro, which can be seen with the naked eye. Host versus parasite versus saprophyte. Host, which accommodate the bacteria, parasite, the bacteria which lives on other, and the saprophyte, the microorganism which are living on the dead things like the environment, the soil. So that is called saprophyte. Commensalism versus mutualism and parasitism. Commensalism means which give benefit to the host where they do live. Mutualism, these are just giving the benefit to one another. These are just like the paying guest living in your home and giving you the payment of the different utilities which one do you. Parasitic is a totally dependent on you, and these are just going to rob you, taking your food, so that is called parasitism. Intracellular, the microbes which live in some other organism cells. So these can be in the animal or the human cell. So these bacteria are called, or microbes are called intracellular, and extracellular, which lives outside the cell in the extracellular fluid. So these are called extracellular. Now the vectors which carry the infection from one person to another, or one host to another, or direct transmission is just touching the host with the having some secretions which are having the bacteria and going to infect you. So these are the direct transmission of the infection.